This is Coach E on Coach Talk, a HME production. This is Coach E on Coach Talk, a HME.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Coach Talks. I am your host, Coach E. And you know what? Every week I'm always excited. So I know you all are so used to hearing me say, I'm so excited about this episode. I am. That's just me. Okay. So let's go ahead and get all of the housekeeping out the way. The first thing, I would love to thank Mike King from On the Mic with Mike for giving us this time doing his segment on ESPN Richmond. That's right, you heard it, ESPN Richmond 106.1. You can listen to it on the internet as well as you can tune in if you're local in your cars. I would like to also thank our sponsor, Tamara Taylor with Exit Resource Realty, for helping us have this segment. Okay, so we done got some of the housekeeping out of the way. Let's move on forward. So, if you have a business, one of the biggest things that is a concern for you is marketing. And everyone today thinks they are a social media expert when it comes to marketing. And the problem with that is that we find ourselves spending more money or not getting enough leads coming in. And it's just like, okay, we get frustrated. And now we're just like, what do we do next? Well, because I've been there, I decided to bring on one of my experts that I go to, Miss Morgan Banks of Couture, and she's located in Houston, Texas. But location for you. I'm here in Richmond, so she can help you wherever you are. Get to the next level in your business. Welcome, Morgan. Thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely. For having me. I'm excited to be able to just dive into conversation. We talk all the time, so it's nothing for us to just kind of chat and talk things business. So I'm excited to just see where the journey goes, but I'm so excited that you brought me on with your audience today, and I can't wait to see how I can be of a help in the convo.
Oh, well, great. So let's dive in, right? Let's make it happen. So the first question, just so that everyone can really get an idea of who you are and who your company is and your role, can you tell the listeners or viewers, depending on how you're getting us today, exactly who are you, where Capri Couture came from, and how you got to be a social media director?
Yes. Okay, great question. So, just for the audience, again, my name is Morgan Banks, and I started Capri Couture marketing because I began a journey of a blogger. So I started as a blogger. I began talking about the Christian lifestyle and things that, I was personally going through in my life. I'm a writer at heart. So beginning my journey in writing and just letting my thoughts kind of be out there for the world to hear and comment on. I started as a blogger, and through that blogging experience, many businesses I would run into through this blogging journey. They would see my blogs, they would hear of them, and they would say, how can we be advertised on your website? How can we get some footing on your website? We want to get in front of your audience. And I was like, well, do you already have like a marketing campaign together? Do you guys have any like strategies together? Like I can, help you by putting out a blog. And through that experience, many people started seeing how I did my content creation, and they were like, wow, like if you're putting together the content creation for your pages in this way, and you've already lined up your strategy for your brand through blogging, we would like to see how you can help us to leverage our clients and reach our target audiences as well. And so it kind of opened up from that place. I just started to dive head first into like where my brain was leading me, instead of kind of holding on to what I wanted, which was my blog. I allowed it to evolve and become something more. And that meant to serve. And that meant serving other people in their businesses by helping them to get in front of their target audiences. So really marketing marketing really came about, specifically social media marketing, came about through the marketing that I did for my own blog and the people that I was able to help as they came on our platform to advertise their businesses, whether it was a Christian business for books or selling apparel, or even just a message that someone felt they needed to get out there. I started helping people cultivate that through blogging, and it opened up a sea of opportunities for me. And that's where Capri Couture Marketing kind of had its best and first like launching pad to go forward into the industry of marketing. So yeah, that's me.
Wow. Okay. As you were talking, and I'm gonna try not to take us to a Sunday morning situation
Go
here,
on.
but it sounded like when Christ told Peter to come here, and he was in the deep, and Peter was like, "Is that you, Master?"
Oh
That's
yeah.
and that's like a lot of times we don't even realize what he's doing, but he takes moments and he takes gifts and he skills and talents and he rolls it all together and he tells us to come to the deep. So that's what I was seeing that, and then also the scripture when Peter had been up all night fishing.
Come on. All night. All night.
And he told him to go back and so like all of these scriptures, and it's doing that because my daughter said, "Mommy, you know so much word and it's there, it's in you, so apply it to your business and you will really like get a better understanding of what's going on and not be like a deer in headlights." So shout out to you, Kamisha. Mommy's listening.
That's you. That's so good.
Oh man. So look, can you share a standout story, like success story or campaign that illustrates the impact of social media on business growth?
Absolutely. I would say the one that I really saw the biggest impact with would specifically be my church. I worked with some restaurants and I've seen some great things happen with them, but with our church, because I believe that in any particular campaign that you're going to run in marketing, you have to be very solid upon the mission and the purpose of which you are doing. And I believe that that's kind of where a lot of people get stumped when it comes to being able to promote a business. They're so driven toward either gathering people, gathering income, gathering that audience viewership so they can get that money, that they forget that there's a mission as unto why all customers and consumers buy a product or consume a product, right? So what I've noticed, even with us marketing our the church that I was a part of, that I'm a part of, I wanted to focus on what is our mission as a community, and then how do we gather this community together and bring the people who may be in this place in their life to this community to see that this community can offer them the help that they're in need of. And I think that that is the core principles of any campaign that you're going to build as a business. If you are trying to build up a coaching business and you're coaching, you're looking for a community of people who have the issue that you have an answer to, then it's all about that purpose and that mission that you're trying to get them to buy into, versus when people see a money sign or dollar sign in front of a product, it really is more so about the value. If they see the value in it, they're going to buy it, and we can get past all of the deflections or the excuses, because if they see that value, they'll make that investment. And so we made a campaign for our church, and we specifically wanted to tailor some of the younger generation, because we want to make sure that we're not, we want all people, of course, in the body of Christ, right? We want all people, but specifically for this particular church, we wanted to make sure that we were going for some of those young people, and helping them to understand that they do have a place in the community. And so we came up with different campaigns to drive traffic to our social media pages, and the pages blew up. They really blew up because not only did they have a young preacher who is an embodiment of the mission, it allows for a young person to see themselves because they see that embodiment. And so that is one of the key factors I've seen in every campaign. We worked on a campaign also with Good Eats, which is a restaurant here in Houston, Texas, and even working with them using younger people to drive traffic into their pages. We noticed that when there are young people who are embodying the mission, or if the owner is embodying the mission and the purpose or vision statement of that business, it helps others to buy into it much more easier, because they can find a burger on any other street, but they love that you're giving back to the community. They love that you're veteran owned. They love that you are, going into different aspects of your community, doing things that are outside of just giving a burger. You're giving burgers for free. You are, giving things into the elderly community, and you're making sure that they're well and they have what they need as well. And it's not just about food. And so I think either both of those are the best examples I can kind of pull from right now.
Okay.
From like campaign space, yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is that with any business, you have to be very clear on your purpose. You cannot market if you're not clear on your purpose. And our purpose, especially as kingdom, should not be money. Money is a byproduct of what comes because you're moving in the purpose. Absolutely. The people will come as long as you understand your purpose. Absolutely. So, and you're purpose driven in what you're doing. So in order for that to happen, one of the things I believe I'm hearing you say is that it requires research. You gotta understand who it is that you want to market to. Can you talk to everyone about that a little bit?
Yes. So understanding who you want to market to. Oh my gosh, that is literally the key, because when it comes down to purpose, right? Let's say the purpose is to help all dogs find a home, right? Right. If it's helping all dogs find a home, then the audience are people who care about dogs, people who care about the well-being of a dog, people who care about, they're so infatuated that, dogs, when they lick on things and, how, what happens and how their taste buds are or what their smell is like, they care about everything that has to do with the dog. They want to make sure that they're playing with their dogs. They care about it all. And I think that is something that is very, 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 very important. When you are trying to market purpose, you have to know, okay, who am I talking to? I'm talking to dog lovers. I'm talking to animal lovers. And then you start to break it down based on the things that they also love that is like in between those things. And you're saying, okay, how do I grab their attention to my product? And how does my product or my shelter really help these dogs find a home? These are the services that we provide to make sure that they have a home. And so instead of you just coming to adopt a dog, we're telling you and we're training you about why a dog is essential to your life. We're training and telling you, why this dog will be a good companion, why we have dogs on the earth in the first place, why did God give us dogs? Like, you're really driving home the point of the purpose that dogs need a home, because some people do not care. Some people don't care if a dog has a home. If they see a stray dog, it's not going to pull on their heartstrings. But for the right audience, it will pull on their heartstrings. So I think that when it comes down to understanding the purpose and really being able to put on your audience, if you don't know who your audience is, you'll be upset that people aren't biting, people aren't wanting to, people aren't coming to get a dog from your shelter, because you're marketing to people who don't care about dogs. You're marketing to people, you're trying to just get the first person that walks past the door, but the person that walks past the door may just think that dog is cute, but that may not be your audience. People who think are cute are not always the person that's going to purchase. It's the person that feels it's a necessity that is actually going to purchase or consume that which you are offering.
Wow, this is some good stuff. And I'm hoping everyone is really getting some good information. And if you have some questions that you would like to direct specifically to Morgan concerning your business, maybe you're at the startup phase, maybe you have been just you've been trying to scale your business, but you're at a place where you've hit a plateau where you can't seem to get past this one specific place. Look, Morgan, tell them how they can reach out to you.
Yes. So I have so many platforms of reaching out. You can reach out to me specifically through our website, which is www.capricouturemarketing.com. And then we also have our social media pages. We are on everything. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of it at Capri Couture Marketing. And you can reach out to us through there, as well as my email. You can always reach out to us via our email, which is info@capricouturemarketing@gmail.com. And so you'll be able to reach out to us and ask us any questions, and we'll be definitely happy to answer any of your questions for sure.
Okay, so let's kind of talk about some of these myths and these do's and don'ts around social media, because 30 minutes is not a whole lot of time, so I want to pile in as much as I can.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the myths concerning social media, and I guess how we get out there and how we present ourselves, and and how we should address it, and so we can move forward, and then some of the do's and don'ts when you're trying to develop content.
Okay. So first question, which is, run the first question back for me real quick. Run the first question back.
So there's a lot of myths around social media marketing. What are some of those that you've encountered, and how did you address them?
Got it. One of the myths that I found was that you can grow your followers overnight. And I mean, on every platform, people are just really driving home that you can get 10,000 followers in 50 days. You can get, the follower game is a game. It's a game, and it is a gamble, right? So just like any game, you have to be consistent with it. You have to be you have to know, again, back to that purpose and that mission. You got to know vision in order for you to even try to get all of these types of followers. Also, people think that followers are going to translate to customers. That is not always the case. These followers, you can have 10,000. I've worked with influencers who have about 10,000 to about 100,000 people that are following them, and they have about, let's say, so to pull on one of these numbers, I think there were about a 25% rate of those who were actually engaged on the page. And about 5% of them were actual consumers of the product. So as a marketer, the goal is to say, how do we take this 5%, increase it to 20 to 25% at least, and having the rest of the audience get us to their audiences, so that we can then, yes, grow a following, but we need to convert these followers into customers. And so I've noticed that people have gotten into the game of wanting to get to 10,000 to 100,000 followers, just so that they can have that number behind them, so they can look more legit, so they can look more look like they have it all together per se. But it does not mean that all these customers, people think that, oh yeah, she got 10,000 followers, she has, or he has 100,000, 300,000 followers, so they must be making money in their business, they must have a whole lot of money. Okay. And it's not the case. They are still working and grinding just as hard as the person with 2,500 followers. And I've noticed that in this game, like, I've met some people who have literally about 1,000 followers, who has way more connections in business than the person with 10,000 followers.
Right. Hold on. Let me say this. Even the one with the 10,000 followers, we have to be mindful that some people are just on your page to be nosy and not saying.
Talk about it. They on that page because they like what you wore that day, and they thought you looked cute. Yes. Okay. And that's it. They don't really care about what you're talking about at all. Okay, especially for some of the women. Okay, especially if you're a woman business owner, you're a boss, you'll get so many men to follow that page, and you don't think, oh my God, I got some. They just want to see you look beautiful and be a boss. That's it.
That's it. So, okay, so let's, because we have a few more minutes. Let's talk about real quick some do's and don'ts.
Okay.
For social media marketing.
Okay, awesome. So do be consistent. Number one, do be consistent. If you are not consistent on social media, you will find that you will get so frustrated with it. You will not understand why you need to be doing it in the first place, but you're not going to see real results unless you are consistent. And so that means posting once, twice, at least whatever you feel you can be consistent with, and you can put a parameter in place for yourself and your business. Make sure that you are consistent. Consistency is key. But
So, I'm sorry. Can we address that for a moment?
yeah,
Because what I find with a lot of business owners, right, is they haven't, you mentioned it, whether you want to post 1, 2, or 3 times. Is there a magic number in which you should be posting on a daily basis when it becomes just too much for those that are following you? Can we address that? Because that normally is the thing that catches people up.
that is a great question. So there is no magic number, honestly. It's no magic number. It really is based upon what you can do, because the one thing you would hate to do, and I've seen this, is the algorithm is a brain. You don't want to tell the brain, hey, I'm posting 1 time a day, and then you're saying I'm not going to post at all. And then the algorithm is like, well, where do we put any of the stuff that we don't know where to put it, because you've not tagged, you didn't put anything properly in here for me to know where to put it. And so the algorithm understands your page, it learns your page, it gets the brain of your page, it gets that data from your page. It says, okay, this person is posting consistently 1 time a day. So that means I have 1 chance per day to get them in front of as many followers as possible that want to hear what they have to say. And if you're consistent with that, that's great. That's fine. You told the algorithm what you want. You've been consistent. They know how to read your page, take that data, and go find your audience. But if you are, and this is what I suggest for my clients, is that we post at least twice a day. So that's about 10 a.m., 9 a.m., or about 5, 6 p.m., depending on the geographic location and the timing of the day, because you have right in the morning where most people are going to get online and they're going to see what's happening in the world before they get jump started in their day. And then you have those at right after work. They done finished work, they're done talking to their bosses, they really want to unwind, and so they go inside of the social media world to see what's going on. So those are like the high 2 peak times. No matter what geographical location you're in, it's going to be that top of the morning and then the end of the night, right after work, right around rush hour is where it will be a great time. So about 2 times per day, I suggest for my clients. But honestly, as long as you're doing it 1 time per day and you're being consistent at that one, it is imperative, because your algorithm is going to take what you put in there and it's going to implement it for you.
Awesome. Well, look, Morgan, we clearly didn't have enough time. So, I'm going to get you back on. And hopefully everyone has really taken down your contact information. If there's any questions that you have, please reach out to Morgan and her team so they can help you. Again, Morgan, can you tell everyone how they can reach you?
Yes, so you can get on our website, which is www.capricouturemarketing.com. You can also reach out to us on our email address, which is info@capricouturemarketing@gmail.com. And then you can also reach out to us on all social media platforms at Capri Couture Marketing.
All right. Thank you so much, Morgan, for coming on. Like I said, we'll have you again. And everyone, thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Coach Talk, where you were learning about social media growth, how to master it. So hopefully you got some information to take away. Please do not forget to follow and like our page, Coach Talks, on Facebook. Also, you can go to our website at www.coachtalkshows, again, coachtalkshows.com/site, SITE. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Have a blessed and prosperous week.
Production.